Everybody, Chonky here. Today we are going to go through the Icy Depths on Nightmare. So I'll go ahead and show you my gear and my stats. So this dungeon is the newest dungeon. It came out a few weeks ago. It's definitely the most challenging dungeon they've released. I am going to be switching between my two-handed hammer and my one-handed set, depending on which boss I'm fighting. There's my heroism points. Oh, boom. Nice. Alright. I'm anticipating dying a whole lot on this run. Even though it is incredibly difficult, this dungeon I think is gorgeous. It's difficult. It's like it feels like it's not the same. Like each area has a different theme, and all the bosses are really cool. My biggest complaint though is the first boss especially. Because with the cleric, I don't do a whole lot of damage on my own, and you'll see here in a moment why the boss takes so long. But other than that, like, I don't really have any other complaints on this map. I think it's a lot of fun. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! The mobs do spawn those banners, and they are very powerful. So if you are doing this dungeon and you notice they put down those banners, that should be your first priority. They're the standards, not banners. But one thing that is nice about this dungeon is the way that they did craft the bosses. Each one is unique. Each one has its own special gimmick. A lot of them can kill you in close to one hit. There's a lot of things you got to watch out for, and I really like that because with a lot of the other bosses in the 4 previous dungeons, most of the time it was just, you know, outpace their damage, you know, with your own healing, and then just kill them. Unless you're playing as a group, because then, you know, there's more of like a roll scenario, but even then, like, the only rolls I would say are tanking and damage. Since everybody has a personal heal that's normally pretty efficient, except for maybe the rogue, I think having a cleric as the support class, I don't know, it feels a little lackluster, because, like, my heals are amazing, but, I mean, I hardly ever have to use them if I play in a group. But most of the gimmicks in this dungeon is like, you know, get out of the way of this move, or dodge over here, or, you know, it's hard to describe without specifics. You'll see. And I don't think I've discovered every single secret in this dungeon, but I'm going to show you everything I know. There are 2 new sets per class on this dungeon. I don't really know the names for the other classes, but for the cleric, it's the Harbinger set and the Pious set. So the Harbinger set for the cleric, and even hold on, I'll talk about that later. Boss time. So this boss, High Summoner Gabriella, you only have a few moments to attack her before she summons her elemental, Cold Snap. And for this, what? Oh, I'm... Alright, well that was a good example. I wasn't paying attention. So I was stunned for a very long time, and the reason for that is because of the bubble that Cold Snap puts up.
Our city.
So Cold Snap is going to make this bubble around me, and I'll show you again. So it's a 10-second stun. Luckily, I have a CC break. But Cold Snap, he's not so bad on his own. I'm actually going to switch to the two-handed hammer for this fight, because Cold Snap by himself is not really a threat. If you just can maintain your healing, I can see maybe like the ranger or the wizard might have trouble with this fight as well, trying to face tank his aura that he puts up because it does a lot of damage, and you can't really run out of this bubble unless you have some way to break the CC. But when you get Cold Snap, it's about right there. Gabriella only comes out for a few moments. I wish I would have done my avatar state a little sooner. But as you can see, I only did about 70,000 damage. So that means I have to kill Cold Snap again. And then he'll bring out Gabriella. And then I'll kill Cold Snap again. So I'm going to try and not just ramble on and on and on about this fight. But yeah, it's going to take me a few minutes to beat him. Other classes like Champion and Rogue and the Wizard, since their damage output is so high, you know, I'm not surprised that, you know, people can do this fight with only a couple phases on Gabriella. But yeah, with Cleric and Ranger, their DPS is a little low. Yeah, I wasn't really prepared for that, and I only did about 50,000 damage. Okay. So I keep my Potion of Wisdom always active in this dungeon, just because I do need that. I want that huge increase. I think it's 35% to all my spell power.
Underestimated me.
So the reason why the past 4 dungeons I would normally use my one-handed weapon and my shield is because of the set bonuses I get from it. It lowers the cooldown on my Heavenly Strike, and just, you know, I like being able to attack faster, because in this game you are animation locked if you do an attack. So if you want to cast a spell, you have to wait for that attack to end. So with like a two-handed hammer, I know the swing isn't too much longer, but that extra second, you know, can make or break it sometimes. But in this fight, since it's pretty easy for me to live, I'm just gonna sit here and wail on Gabriella and Cold Snap with my hammer. Now, I am gonna work on farming the rest of the fragments of this dungeon, because the new set, the Pious set, is a two-handed hammer, a cape, and a necklace, I believe. And it makes Smite, so my ranged attack move, this thing, it turns Smite into a melee move and adds melee power on top of the spell power. So I'm really excited to try that, because I prefer the two-handed hammer over the one-handed set, but I've just been using the other set for the bonuses. And hey, what did I say? I don't want to ramble, and here I am rambling. I guess I'll take this time to talk about other stuff I want to do for Dungeons of Sundaria, because we don't know when Dreadforge is going to come out, and that's going to be the next dungeon. So I think after this video, I'll probably take a little bit of a break on posting the Dungeons of Sundaria videos. But I was thinking of doing like you know, stats you should focus on in your heroism points for each class, and then what you want to kind of look for in gear in general.
Me.
Just something to help the newcomers. I try to stay as active as I can in the Dungeons of Sundaria Discord, but you know.
Will not be defeated again.
You've underestimated me.
There have been a few times while doing this boss fight where I get so lazy because this fight takes me several minutes, and I'll die when Gabriella is really close to death. Oh man, it's so frustrating. There is one other boss that takes a long time later in the dungeon. There's a reason for it, and I actually really enjoy it, even though it's a bit of a long fight. That's like at the end of the dungeon, so we'll worry about that later. Oops, did not want to do Avatar right there. Should have done it earlier.
You've underestimated me.
Oh, crap. Okay, break the CC. Oh my gosh. Okay. See? Easy to just get distracted for a moment. State now.
You've underestimated me.
It's like I'm whacking him in the pee-pee. I think we'll get it in 2 more rotations.
Underestimated me.
Yeah, definitely 2 more phases. Almost there. If I would change anything about the fight, I think that the fight is fine the way it is, except for maybe decrease the resistances on the high summoner for holy damage, and then whatever damage like the ranger would do or something like that, just so that you they don't make it super easy for the other classes to make it like moderately okay for a cleric or a ranger, right? If I could just do a little bit more damage to Gabriella, I wouldn't mind. One of the devs was talking about, or actually, hang on, I'll beat this boss and then I'll start rambling.
I failed again. Your power is nothing compared to his.
So the devs were talking about doing some class balances eventually, like toning down the rogue a little bit and helping out the ranger, cleric. Oh wait! No, come back! Oh, dang it! So that was a boss that just ran off. I've only been able to fight him once. Every other time he just runs off, and I get stuck fighting these guys because I keep forgetting. You're also going to want to watch out for these shadow sentries in the tower. They do a lot of damage. Actually, I haven't tried something... I'm going to see if I can get that boss back. I'm going to do last checkpoint. I haven't tried this before, so this will be a good experiment on stream. I don't see him over there. Nope. Okay, so he doesn't come back. But, aside from that boss, there's another boss up here that I've only fought a couple times. But other than that, I haven't really had any issues with bosses not being there. Yeah, just the captain is here now. There's another guy over here, and dang, I wish I knew the specifics on it, because it's a really cool boss fight when you can get him to be here. It's something that I'll have to research a little bit more and you know, workshop. Oops, hold on. Yeah, so this guy will burst you down really quick if you're not careful. Oh, woohoo, that was close. I'm expecting to start dying a lot here, coming up here in a second. But see how I said, you get animation locked? So that's one of the reasons why I like to use this set over the two-handed hammer.
Two out of three?
And the other boss, I think he comes from this house because I've been in here before. I've had this door be open. So I'm maybe the scout boss who runs off makes the other guy disappear, but I'm not sure. Something I want to figure out. These gates don't open. There's this gate right here and this gate right here. It looks like you can go through that door. To my knowledge, you can't open them. Yet.
Think you can challenge me? Let's see what you've got.
Stable Master Fara is a pretty interesting little boss in the very beginning. She summons a lot of spectral horses, but the biggest thing I would watch out for is the people around her, because if they summon a lot of standards, then that makes this fight incredibly difficult. Yeah, so you definitely want to focus her last, and then don't forget about this guy up here, because he'll sit there and he'll just melt you. Please die. I think he's dead. Yeah, he's dead.
return and kill me.
Alright, so Blacksmith open Hauser.
For the anvil. I will strengthen you.
So this guy, I wanted to show you that. I wanted to show you that really quick.
Break you.
He has a massive AoE smack, and it does not matter where the icicles pop up. If you are in that giant AoE, you will get hit by it. And if you saw, I had my shield up, and he still brought me to 500 HP.
I will strengthen you.
So what you do is you have to get behind him. He swings up. You have plenty of seconds to get behind him. You know, there's no reason you shouldn't be able to finish your attack or your spell and then get behind him. I will say the biggest thing to watch out for is for people who are trying to hang back and just do a lot of damage from afar, because you, like in tight quarters like this, you have to get behind him. But once you just get in close, he's pretty easy to deal with. His regular combos aren't too bad. He will stun you and then try and hit you with the AoE. So watch for that, but it's not a crazy stun. Every boss in this dungeon has incredibly high HP compared to the last dungeons. For example, Spider Queen Sundaria only had like 800,000 HP when I fought her in the last video. And Open Hauser has 1.8. Oh wait, no, he only has 1.8 because that's standard. 1.2 million HP. And this is the third boss we fought. Fourth boss. Yeah, but as you can see, like, I'm able to pretty easily maneuver behind him when he's doing that giant AoE. It does not matter where the ice pops up. You have to look for the boundary on the ground. He should give me a pious fragment, I believe. Oh, Harbinger. Nice. I need that as well. Yeah, unfortunately, if you guys saw my other YouTube video where I showed you how to farm the elite fragments in the grasslands, you cannot farm fragments from this dungeon anywhere else. So if you want to get the new armor sets, you can't just like do a 5-minute farm technique. You have to get in here and do all the bosses. Well, not all of them, but you have to go through the dungeon. Excuse me. Oh, I died. I looked away. Still getting over being sick. I am feeling much better, though. Probably going to do a stream after I'm done recording this. So there is a boss over here that is cleverly tucked away in this little cage. This is Argram. He's one of the craziest bosses they've made. The damage output from him is ridiculous. He'll one hit me if I put up my shield. Like it's ridiculous. You'll see. He disappears for a moment. I'm just gonna describe him really quick because it's gonna be hard to explain what I'm doing while I'm fighting him. But he jumps around, he teleports, turns invisible. Yeah, he doesn't teleport, but he'll turn invisible, and and attack you from somewhere, but he also will summon a clone for a few moments, and the clone does as much damage as him. So if you are next to him and his clone, you will die. You need to run. There's a nice warning he gives you, though. He brags about the rage being released from the cage, and then he turns invisible. And when he's invisible, that normally means he's going to summon his clone right afterwards. So I'm just gonna reapply this, and here we go.
You've released the rage from the cage!
But yeah, if, when you fight Argram, you need to constantly be on your heels. Okay, so now I'm just gonna back up. I throw my auto attacks because you can kind of see him following you, and there's his clone. I'm gonna back up. Okay, and I'm safe-ish now. But yeah, all it takes is one. Oh my gosh! All it takes is one combo from both of them at the same time, and you'll die. The Argram also, I believe, drops the quest item. I think your Argram does more damage the more times he hits you. Like, I have that that blood drop debuff, so just watch out for that. I keep thinking he's gonna spawn a copy. Oh, ow. Nice, I beat him on the first try. So Argram is a fantastic boss. I really enjoy, even though he's incredibly hard, I love that feeling of anxiety that'll kill you at any moment. But I mean, even the basic mobs here are no slouches. Where'd you go? Oh, I guess they... Alright, they disappeared. So, there's no way to get into this house. One of the classes can teleport, so you can get in there. But nothing, like, it's not, like, really implemented yet. Oh my gosh. Stop it. My leg is broken. If you go into this little basement, though, you can pop this ice. I'm trying to put it over. Two standards at the same time. So if you come down here, you can find Tog the Betrayer, hashtag free Tog. But if you talk to him, he just says go away. Unless you can free him, which we can't, I don't think. But you can sell things to him. He's not an official merchant. But yeah, if you want to, you can just empty some stuff from your inventory real quick. Excuse me. So if you come up here, you're going to find the another boss, King Duskborne. This guy's really cool.
You're too late. I must do the bidding of another man, and must dispose of you.
So those soldiers do pretty good damage, and this tornado does crazy damage. You need to be careful though, because I believe that if you run with those spectral soldiers, they will hit you like with each step. So they'll kill you really quickly if you go with them. But after you do some damage to King Duskborne, he brings you over here, and a Shadow Knight will cage you. It's only guaranteed on the first time he puts you over there that I've seen. Other than that, the Shadow Knight sometimes appears, but you definitely those tornadoes will kind of follow you. So you want to stay on this side of the arena, because if you fight him in that area and then he teleports you and you're underneath these tornadoes, it'll kill you very quickly. Yeah, see, there's still one over here, but thankfully the Shadow Knight didn't spawn and trap me. I think that might be a bug. You know, they might fix that. Oh, see, okay, so that time he did spawn. And I just need to kill the Shadow Knight before those spells get over here. I should be okay. Yep. Oh, he's over there.
Join us. Finally, at peace.
Alright, now we're going to enter into the Goblin section of the cave. So Goblins were a new addition in this dungeon as a playable race, finally. But the Goblin enemies themselves can actually be pretty powerful. Send them down below. Okay. Alright, so this room is a lot of fun. And it can make a lot of people angry if you just try to rush it without really trying to understand what's going on. So, one of the Goblin classes is the... I can't remember what their name is. It's like Thurgist or something. But they're essentially the cleric, and they have a ranged knockback spell. So they'll send you flying all over the place. But I'll give you an example. So, like, there's this guy right here. So if he aggroes you, he'll just... boop. And you'll die.
Take this!
faster, boys? Well, I asked the king for more workers. We'll get to work.
What you heard right now is a boss fight. You can jump across this and make it to that platform, but we're gonna do it the way that the devs like designed the level to go. So we're just gonna run across the bridge over here. Oh, ooh! Oh my gosh! I thought I died right there. Oh, all right, I died right there.
Yeah.
Gotta get in this house, protect myself.
Yeah.
Alright, so over here, this is just a side boss area. This is Cryomancer Bald. Bold.
You're it?
Or Blod, I'm
Come
sorry.
to challenge me?
Cryomancer Blod.
Pathetic.
And his whole thing is he just sits there and, you know, shoots a little ice beam at you. But throughout the fight, he'll summon more and more of these statues. And they cast the same ice beam, just in a certain direction. So there's a little bit of RNG in this fight. You can get lucky. But I have had times where I do this fight and the statues summon perfectly around the stage and I start to just lose all of my health really quickly. Because the range on the statues is very deceptive.
You're it? Come to challenge me? Pathetic.
And I haven't reapplied my potion of wisdom. I'm not going to worry about it because it's really easy to die in this room. So I don't want to just waste my potions. Yeah, Cryomancer Bald isn't too hard of a fight. He's one of the easier bosses in the dungeon.
Impossible.
Okay, so from here, what you're going to want to do is jump onto this house, and you can jump all the way over there if you'd like to, but I believe it was designed to have you go this way. So the Cryomancer Bald fight was pretty easy. And the next boss that we're walking up on right now can be incredibly difficult if you're not familiar with the situation. So this is, I can't remember the foreman's name, but he's a goblin foreman. And after a few moments, he's going to summon a bunch of excavator goblins to come in. And they're going to dig over there, and over there, and over there. And they're going to dig up undead to fight you. So you can try and kill the excavators if you want. I don't think you can kill them faster than they spawn. So you're going to still want to focus on the foreman. But what I would recommend doing, and this is my personal preference, is sitting in this camp right here. And the reason I say that is this is the only camp I've seen spawn a undead priest. And the priest has the channel heal spell, which is this thing. And the priest will, without hesitation, use channel heal on the foreman and get him to max HP in like a few seconds. It's a very powerful heal. So I'm going to do my best to prevent that. And I'm just going to sit right here. I'm going to sit my happy ass in this area.
Overtime! Be honest, in no time. Yes. Yo, nice, no time. Yes.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So, they summoned a priest. That was scary. But yeah, I don't know if you noticed, but the moment that priest came up, he tried hitting the foreman Zebo with a channel heal.
Well, I asked the king for more workers. We'll get to work.
But yeah, the other ones will spawn champions and rangers and marauders and stalkers. Oh my gosh, I died. I was not paying attention. Oh, what are you doing here? I looked away for a split second. I am going to actually activate a potion of wisdom for that fight.
Well, I asked the king for more workers. We'll get to work. Overtime! Be on ice in no time. King for more workers. We'll get to work. You'll be on ice in no time. You'll be on ice in no time. Overtime! Well, I asked the king for more workers. We'll get to work.
This is a really good fight if you want to farm experience. If you're in a group and you can focus enough on the excavators and just, you know, constantly farm all of the extra mobs that come in. I have leveled up a few times during this fight, like in the past, so it's definitely a wild strategy. I'm just gonna kill him.
Finally, a break.
So, one thing you're going to want to watch out for is the goblins on these platforms. One thing you can do, if you want to be cheeky, is you can hit them from below. Like that. You just kind of have to know where they are. I just saw that one's foot. He's right about here. Oh, I hit the rock. But I'll show you what happens if you go up and they see you. Oh, good. The one that has the knockback wasn't here. Alright, so here is the first actual blacksmith. And then as we come over here, this is, I think, one of their better designed boss fights in this dungeon. Plus, it just made me really happy when I saw it. Alright, so this boss fight, this is the Goblin King. You might also know him as David Bowie, or the Sovereign of the Guild of Calamitous Intent.
Sorry for your death. The Goblin King doesn't take prisoners.
So the Goblin King has a really interesting... I would say it's fun, but it's really annoying. Like, it's hard. He summons these circles that do a crap ton of damage. And, oh god. And they persist for a very long time. I actually don't want to be on two-handed. And so, he doesn't summon them constantly. So, my strategy is to slowly move in like a big outer circle to stack the rings as closely together as possible. Oh my gosh, I almost just died. And then when he's done summoning them, you just kind of just chill for a moment. Oh, shield up. And eventually, when it really starts to fill up, I just run from him when he's doing this and try to get to safe spots. Yeah, it's getting really, really tight, really fast. Thankfully, the goblins he spawns die pretty quickly. Alright, I think I got him on my first try. Oh, famous last words. Nope, we're good. But yeah, that's definitely a boss fight that took me several tries the first time I did this dungeon. Alright, so this part of the dungeon has a fun little mechanic of minecart transportation. Completely optional, you don't actually have to do it. But it is kind of fun to just, you know, take a load off for a few seconds. We'll do it again. I wish they had expanded a little bit more on the minecart stuff, like maybe giving you different pathways you could take, but I think it's still a fun little mechanic. Alright, so this boss,
What have we got here?
Victor von Vinderskarl.
Let's get it on!
This boss, he cheats. That's straight from the devs. The devs say he cheats, but he has a lot of powerful single hit moves, a lot of powerful AoE moves, and when he decides to do it, he has an ice cage he can put you in, like not like a cage, but the boundary that the Shadow Knights were doing earlier. He can do that too, but he'll do it and then hit you with meteors and rings of fire and that like that bone tornado. Oop, there we go. Yeah, so now this is when it gets crazy, and in this part of the fight I like to stay in the corner, because if he uses an AoE move, I want to be able to move to the other side of the ring and not get hit by it. Like that right there. If he puts two of those down, it's really hard to outpace the damage. So, like, in that instance, since they were both placed in those corners, I'm barely able to avoid it. This is a very tight quarters fight. Coming into eviscerate.
Thank you, one. I'll be back.
So there's two switches right here. This is not a door you can open. But if you throw this switch, you get some loot. Nothing here. And you get to run into an old friend. Crick had been captured, and you have freed him. So, you can buy grog from him, which is the CC break consumable. But once I believe it's unlocked after you beat this. Or no, I think it's. I can't remember if it's been there all along or not. But you can also buy the grog from the barkeep at the town. So if you throw the other switch, you're gonna unleash a new boss, Vice Chancellor Bald.
Now you shall all die.
So he's just like Iothere in the Dark Hollow, except for he won't create a copy of you. And he also doesn't do the portals with the homing fireballs. Alright, so this part coming up is actually a really cool section. I'm gonna kill these guys really quick. Oh, looks like I already freed someone. Alright, so, since I'm freeing people, I might as well explain it. So, each one of those ice walls is a prison, and if you break the door, you'll release whatever the random enemy is in there. Sometimes it's just a regular mob, or as you can see, sometimes it's a boss from another dungeon. The bosses are all completely random. Same with all the units. Surprised there was only one boss so far. I think I fought 4 bosses in here once. Oh, nice old Ironhide. Cool. I like old Ironhide. Don't mess around. Alright, so this is the last room for the minecart section. So this boss, in my opinion, is the easiest boss. I don't think I've ever lost to him. He doesn't really do anything crazy or have any nasty gimmicks. You know, he'll just hurt you a little bit. You just gotta beat his ass. After you kill the boss, definitely be sure to poke your head back here because there's a lot of potential for loot. Alright, now we'll call in the minecart. Very anticlimactic crash. It just disappears. Alright, so before this is continuing on, so we're gonna poke our head in here really quick. I think this boss is supposed to be more difficult than it actually is. But the Migion is a cool Yeti, and he'll call down these ice pillars and throw them around the arena. I think there might be a bug with his targeting or the collision of it because he barely ever hits me with them. Okay, he actually hit me with that one. Alright, I'm a liar. Alright, so I think this is the second longest fight in the dungeon, right after the High Summoner Gabriella. Excuse me, I'm just stretching really quick. I shouldn't do that when I'm recording a YouTube video, but whatever. So, the Necro Lord, you can hurt him, and he has his head undead right here. And you cannot hurt the undead champion. So the gimmick of this fight is if you want to hurt the undead champion, you first have to deplete the Necro Lord's health. When he gets to be at about 5%, 10%, something like that, he heals up to full, but it makes the commander vulnerable and you can actually hurt him. Commander Argram, yeah, that guy. So it's like, see, I can't hurt him right now, but if I do enough damage, then he'll weaken him. And I've noticed that if you kill the Necro Lord more than once, it will keep weakening the commander. So I'm actually going to kill the Necro Lord twice, and then I'm going to focus all of my attention on the commander, and then I'll go back and finally kill the Necro Lord. So yeah, it's a little confusing to, like, you know, go back and forth, back and forth. But the Necro Lord will also summon various undead, as you can tell, including undead priests again, which still cast Channel Heal. now Necrolord's back to full health. And we're gonna... Oh, he's just standing still. Okay. And now I can also hit Commander Targram with some of my AoE. But, oh. Get out of here. Oh my gosh, I died. Oh. Shoot. Okay. But as I was saying, the Necrolord will summon undead priests if you're not careful, and they will heal the commander and the Necrolord up to full health. I'm gonna try and focus on this fight.
Well, finally, a true challenge for my friend here. Emma. Emma.
Alright, perfect. So now the Necrolord has used his revive twice on Argram. So now I'm going to focus all of my attention on Argram.
Emma.
almost dead. Perfect. Alright. So now the rest of the fight is pretty much a breeze. We just have to follow Necrolord Ioba around, and occasionally he'll spawn another undead, but now we just beat him up. Alright. Good fight, good fight. Ooh. Aw, man, 0 stars. Bummer. So anyway, this is the new set weapon for clerics. I'm saving up my pious fragments to buy it. But as you can see, you know what? I'm sorry for rambling. We're going to focus on the dungeon. So this boss, once you defeat Necrolord Ioba, you sort of crawl through this frozen butthole into a giant cavern. And this is Lorg, and he's crazy. He's very fast, very strong, and he has a very high potential to one-hit you. And it's not necessarily a one-hit via damage, but he collapses the stage and then throws you into the air. And at a certain point, your body gets flung in a random direction. So, if you dodge, like, because you dodge in the air, but if you start dodging uncontrollably, it's really easy to fall into a hole that he creates. And it's pretty much impossible to run from it. My strategy for this fight is the moment he breaks a piece, get as far away from it as you can. Because I have died so many times just because he'll throw me into the air, and I'm falling towards one hole in the ice, and when I dodge roll, I go into a different hole in the ice. So like now that's collapsed. Oh. I want to go over here. You can keep attacking him when you're midair, but I really like to focus on where I think I'm about to land. Oh, he's about to go, he's about to go. Nice. Alright, so this boss, I really like this boss. The boss arena is one of the most beautiful arenas they've done. I really like it. And just the boss in general, I think, has a really cool design. So this is Zalu Nathala, or Valu Nathala, my apologies. And in this first form, they just, you know, create like elemental explosions and punches. And once you get Valu Nathala, I think, to about a third HP, it enters the second stage of the fight. Alright, so now Valu Nathala has split into Valu Lumina and Valu Frigida. And they each have a different gimmick. So Valu Frigida will call down ice meteors and do a giant AoE of cold. And Valu Lumina will run in your face, punch you a bunch, create that little impact that you just saw there, as well as summon a little minion. And the minion behaves a lot like the special, the Halloween event pet piece, in the sense that the unit will spawn, run up to you, blow up, and die. And that's it. But this fight's actually, like, if you're not paying attention, you can die pretty quickly, because if they both hit you with attacks at the same time, you'll start taking a lot of damage. I have noticed, though, that Valu Frigida especially is kind of lackadaisical in its moveset. Sometimes he's very aggressive, and then sometimes, as you can see right here, Valu Frigida will just kind of hang out. I think if the devs fixed that, and Valu Frigida was as aggressive as Valu Lumina, this fight would be ridiculously hard.
This is not the end.
Alright, so I am very slow right now. So we're coming into the last area of the dungeon. Now we're going to start fighting giant frozen trolls, or frost trolls. Oh my gosh. I've never died to one of those guys before. Stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up. He missed. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I lived. That was really lucky. Not that I would have gone back very far, but, you know, that was just lucky. Alright, so in this room, there's nothing really that I've found that's like a secret or anything. So no sense in jumping in this water, but this water will eat you alive. So just kind of parkour across this way, a little jump puzzle for you. So, Morven Ice Grinder, who's the dwarf guy, he has a move that's very much like Blacksmith Hauser, where he will do a giant AoE in front of him, and you have to get behind him. Oh, he's doing it right now. Okay, there we go. So yeah, he fights like a champion would, and then he'll do his AoE attack. More of an ice grinder isn't a boss though, so you know, you're not gonna get any treasure. Says that someone started combat with Holderbrand. So Holderbrand is a boss in here, a secret boss in here. I say secret because I didn't know about him at first, but I'll show you how to get to him. He's actually right up there. So the spectral heroes over here that you fight, they are immune to CC. But those giant frost trolls aren't. So I'm gonna kind of cheese this room. Ooh, he almost just sent me off the edge.
What's this? Fools come for an audience with the king? I am sorry, but I cannot let you pass.
So, that voice you just heard is the King of the Frost Giants. He is a pretty big boss fight that's coming up. We're not going to do that room just yet, though. don't know what he's putting his hand out for. Okay, I believe that's everybody in this room now. So once you clear the room, you open up a portal. Right where those other two frost giants were standing, you get a portal, and this takes you up to fight King Holderbrand.
Who awakens King Holderbrand? First of his name.
Yes, this fight's not too bad. He is strong, but he goes down. He is pretty strong, but he goes down pretty easily. You do get a lot of loot from him, though, which is nice. Okay, so this room needs to be done in a very specific order. They kind of set it up for you to do the right path, but the first time I did it, I messed up, and I know definitely other people have had issues with it as well. So the point of this is to get to the king way up there, but you have to fight the three... Oh look, it looks like they added another ice... No, okay, there you go. I'm just gonna stop talking. Yeah, so you kill the King's Guard, and then you're supposed to go over there and kill the sorcerer on the left, and then the Archon, or the avatar on the right. But what's been happening is both ice walls will open, and so people don't always complete it in the right order. Once you get them down to 1 HP, they stop attacking and they turn to ice. Oh good, they fixed the ice walls. Excellent. Okay. So now it's a lot more more fluid. So after you beat the first one, you move on to the second one. Oh, and now he's glitching into the wall. Okay. This is not how this fight is supposed to go. Fantastic. Oh, nope, there we go. So the Archon does have some pretty powerful spells, and he'll hit himself with his shield that's pretty strong as well. But yeah, I mean, he goes down pretty quickly. He doesn't have too much HP. Same thing though, once you get him to 0, he turns to ice. And the third pathway opens up, and you need to go fight the Avatar. So once you get to the king,
I shall do this myself.
he has moves from all 3 of them.
You know not what awaits you within these icy depths. You know not what awaits you within these icy depths.
Yeah, he's really loud. Once you get him to about 5% HP, though, he stops fighting and bows before you, and opens up the last door. The only thing you really need to watch out for, in my opinion, is he'll summon the ice pillar that shoots a circular laser. Just watch out for that. Otherwise, King Holderbrand isn't too bad. He's just big and loud. All right, and now we're on to the last boss of the dungeon. I think I hit everything except for that scout boss and the because there was 2 bosses that I said I missed in the beginning because I don't know how to make them spawn every single time. But other than that, I think I hit everything. If you know of something I missed, leave it in the comments below.
Your warmth has soiled my cavern long enough.
Oops. So here's the last boss, and this is a glimpse at maybe something more, a greater evil perhaps, uniting all the dungeons for some unknown purpose.
The frozen are expendable. Keep pushing them. We must find it. Ah, it appears you have guests. Take care of this.
So this boss has the biggest HP pool in the game. This is Quaron the Dread.
I sense you have not come to serve him. I too was once like you. No matter, Sundaria will still fall before my master.
And Quaron can do a whole bunch of stuff that surprisingly will do a lot of damage. So that move right there, if you're not careful, you'll die from that high up. This move right here is pretty decent damage if I'm not shielding and healing. He also has a really fun golf swing that he's probably about to hit me with. Yep. That one doesn't do a whole lot of damage, but it is just fun. And this is a stun that I don't think you can avoid. But he has 3 separate stages. After you do a third of his health, he removes his helmet and he pulls out his sword. And so now what he'll do is he'll start swinging the sword in front of him in a long line and doing pretty good damage that way as well. He still does really slow swings. This is that ice aura that Cold Snap summons, as well as some of the other guys from earlier, but sometimes there's a visual bug.
I will feast on your flesh.
Once you get him down to a 3rd HP, he'll go into his 3rd form, which is going to happen here soon. And the 3rd form's also, it can also get pretty nasty. Oh boy, get out of there. He normally goes into his 3rd form by now. There we go. So now he moves a little slower, but he throws out big lines of poison damage, as well as grabs you. Up, and now he's slowing me down. Stun. And there we have it. What do we get for loot? 2 Hearts of the Dread, Boots of the Holy Order, Rosenhammer Fragment, a Harbinger Fragment, and then some Eternal Essence on top of it. Nice. Let's see how good these boots are, if they're better than the ones I'm wearing. Nope. Anyway, gang, so that is the Frozen Depths, or the Icy Depths. Easily my favorite dungeon, the hardest dungeon, has the best gear to farm, and I really like it because aside from the absolute first boss, each one has a engaging gimmick, and I don't know, I think it's fun. So I'm really looking forward to the Dreadforge. I'm gonna release this hopefully soon. It's a couple days after Thanksgiving, but I'm hopefully going to be able to think up some good videos to release for you guys for more Dungeons of Sundaria content. But no idea when that stuff will come out. I would just say, if you want to hop in my Discord or the Dungeons of Sundaria Discord, stay up to date with the community. But otherwise, thank you so much for watching, guys, and you have a wonderful day.